and feeling totally fine. No fever, no pain, nothing. Then one day, out of nowhere, water terrifies you. You can't swallow. Your brain glitches. You hallucinate. You become violent. By the time anyone realizes what's happening, it's already too late. This isn't fiction. This is rabies, the deadliest virus known to humanity. Back in the 1970s, something strange happened across parts of Europe. Airplanes were dropping thousands of chicken heads into forests. But they weren't dropping meat for fun. They were delivering vaccines, hidden inside bait, meant for foxes and wild animals. This bizarre tactic was designed to stop the spread of rabies, a virus that had been ravaging wildlife populations for decades. Rabies has terrified humanity for thousands of years. Its name comes from lyssa, the ancient Greek spirit of uncontrollable rage. And that's exactly what it causes. A slow, silent infection that turns animals into mindless aggressors and makes people afraid to drink water. What makes rabies so terrifying isn't just its fatality rate, it's how incredibly good it is at sneaking past the body's defenses. It's a minimalist virus, with only 5 genes. But with those 5 tools, it pulls off one of the most precise biological heists in nature. Infect a host, stay hidden, reach the brain, spread through saliva, repeat. So, what actually happens when you're infected? It usually begins with a bite, most often from a dog, sometimes a bat. Rabies is carried in saliva. When it enters your body, its goal is clear. Reach your neurons. Neurons are long, fragile cells that carry electrical signals from your body to your brain. And they're the perfect highway for this virus. Rabies latches onto specific receptors in your nerves and slips inside. But neurons aren't like other cells. Their nuclei, the part the virus needs to reach, can be over a meter away. So how does rabies get there? It hijacks your cell's delivery system. Inside your neurons are microscopic tracts called microtubules, and moving along them are protein motors, like tiny delivery trucks, called dynein. Rabies uses one of its proteins to jump onto this motor system and hitch a ride straight to your nucleus. Normally, your immune system would sound the alarm. Cells under viral attack release a family of proteins called interferons. They warn nearby cells, slow down protein production to block viral replication, and increase the number of display molecules that show what's happening inside. These display windows, called MHC class I molecules, let immune cells see which cells are infected. It doesn't even kill the cells it infects. Doing so would raise suspicion. Instead, it moves slowly from one neuron to the next, taking its time as it inches toward your brain. This process can take weeks, sometimes months. In extremely rare cases, even years. It depends on how far the bite is from your head and how many viruses entered your body. Rabies is patient, and once it reaches your brainstem, things unravel fast. Finally, your immune system notices something is wrong. Killer T cells are dispatched to attack infected brain cells. But rabies has one last trick. Your brain is delicate. A single immune overreaction could kill you. So T cells need special permission to enter the brain, and they can be expelled if they're too aggressive. Infected neurons can even tell them to self-destruct. Rabies makes those infected neurons send the self-destruct signal. So just as your immune system begins to respond, your strongest defenders are ordered to kill themselves. Now the virus spreads through the brain, hijacking neural communication. This is when the symptoms begin. Confusion, aggression, hallucinations, paralysis. And even now, we still don't fully understand how rabies kills. Strangely, brain scans of rabies victims often show no obvious damage, no massive cell death, no widespread inflammation, just broken communication, neurons misfiring and systems shutting down. Then, something incredible happens. Rabies, which has spent weeks moving toward the brain, reverses direction. It travels back down the nerves, this time to the salivary glands. There, it floods your spit with new viral particles. Now, all the virus needs is one more bite, one more host. The cycle repeats. This is why rabies makes animals aggressive and humans terrified of water. Your throat spasms, you choke, you drool, you lash out. It's a perfect setup for transmission. Eventually, encephalitis sets in, brain swelling, followed by coma, then organ failure. Once symptoms appear, death is almost certain. The fatality rate is 99.9%, the highest of any known virus. But there is a way out if you act quickly. Rabies was one of the first diseases humans ever made a vaccine for. And unlike most vaccines, this one can still save you after exposure. Because rabies moves slowly at first, you have a window, a few days, maybe a week, to get vaccinated. If you're bitten by an animal, especially a wild one, seek treatment immediately. The vaccine prepares your immune system in advance. Once primed, your body sees through the virus's stealth tricks. It launches an attack before rabies ever reaches your brain. The danger is real. Rabies still kills around 60,000 people every year, nearly half of them children. It lives in the forests, the stray animals, the places people forget to vaccinate. It waits, and if we ever stop taking it seriously, it could come roaring back. But with science, strategy, and global cooperation, this ancient monster doesn't have to win.